And welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that very short break with the Brutal OST as we have returned with our first match of the night. Again, we just needed a moment to kind of settle some technical issues, but we have returned. We're here. We're ready for some ZVT action. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our Red Zerg player representing Bing Bong Exports. It is Spazymazy. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the Blue Terran representing R8 Esports. It is Kelazhur. Let's go. Spazymazy, of course, representing the land of Denmark as well as we dive into this. And I'm pretty excited to see kind of where this all leads us. Spazymazy, from my experience at least covering him and casting him in online events, in Team League matches as well, is a bit of a more aggressive Zerg player, does come out swinging. More often than not, doesn't really dive into more mid to late game play, but at least that's my experience of him, and it's been a couple of months, if not a year, since I've last casted Spazymazy, so I'm ready to once again be reintroduced to our player. At the same time, Kelazhur across the map has been improving quite a lot over the past couple of months. Say a couple of months, over the past almost year of play. Kelazhur was on Team Liquid for a long time, did leave Team Liquid at the end of last year, at the end of 2023. I think it was mid-WTL season, and in the aftermath of that, I think a lot of people assumed that maybe Kelazhur was going to be retiring. You know, he'd been a part of Team Liquid for so long, and for him to step away, we were a little bit concerned. But it was right after that where Kelazhur is like, no, I fully intend to commit and to practice hard and to improve, and I'm looking for a team. And yeah, we were all a little bit shocked. Kelazhur, as a result of that, performed very, very well in the DreamHack Atlanta regionals afterwards. DreamHack Atlanta, and yeah, did perform quite well, quite nicely, did kind of exceed expectations in a big way, and yeah, with that did lead into a really deep run and got picked up by R8 Esports. So it's really cool that he has found a new team, really cool that he's found some new support, even now competing in WTL again for Platinum R8, as there was a partnership between R8 Esports and Platinum Heroes. So has been competing more and more, and he's even potentially primed to make it out of the group. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he can make it past Homemade Spazymazy. As the first Ling's going to be going down, the Reaper takes a lot of hits. Does take a lot of damage, but alas, we will get away. We'll pull back. Queen is going to pop out in a couple of seconds. Second Ling goes down. Oh my god, and we're one shot away from going down. Kelazhur has to back the hell off. The Queen has arrived, and the Reaper will retreat. Behind all of this, it is a standard opener, just a Rax expand into factory. Back at home, Spazymazy going for a hatch gas pool, pulling out a gas, nothing crazy for the time being. Kelazhur just doing the best he can to delay the expansion and to, even force out a gas geyser. That should not have happened. Yeah, a rough moment here for Spazymazy. The gas geyser did finish, and that is just wasted resources down the drain, a kill drone essentially, and then some. Meanwhile, the Queen is dragged out of position. The Reaper dives into the natural base. Another Link goes down. The drones are under fire. Can we get another drone? Up! We can! One drone goes down, and the Reaper will barely... Oh god! Will barely escape. The Queen threw down a tumor, wasn't able to get the final shot off, and the Reaper will get away. And behind this, third CC before Starport. Very economic follow-up here at a Kelazhur, settling into a 1-1-1 as a follow-up. And based on the add-on positioning, okay, I was going to say it doesn't look like an add-on swap, but we're going for it. So 3 CC in the Banshee here from Kelazhur is going for a pretty stock standard opener here, very economic and very safe as well. The Banshee play allows you to harass, but it also allows you to shut down roach play, in case Spazymazy were to embrace roaches. At the same time, Kelazhur dives into the mineral line. It just races past the Queens, goes for the drones. We'll get 3 drone kills in total, looking for a 4th. Oh! Does barely get a 4th at Worker towards the end. Not bad. Not bad. So we do get 4 workers. With that, we do get cleaned up. Behind this, we're creating additional Hellions, looking to defend, looking to survive the Link counterattack. Speaking of, the Links are moving out across the map. Spazymazy making his way over. Last Kelazhur is going to be able to kite back. Yeah, he's in position, shuts down the Lings, and will defend. Kelazhur does manage to defend. Meanwhile, back across the map, Overlord gets shut down. The Overlord did at least scout, did confirm the upgrade on the way. We're fully aware of Cloak Banshees. Should be getting ready. Again, Hellion just barely allowing Spazymazy to breathe here. Just non-stop aggression. Earlier, he dove into a mineral line once. Again, threatens the third base. Won't lose any Hellions. Shaves off some Lings. They do back off at the same time. Another Ling counterattack does get into the mineral line. Kelazhur also going to take the also going to be taking some losses here. 6 SCVs go down. Yeah, Spazymazy not taking this line down. Look at the units lost tab here. We've lost 6 SCVs for 5 drones. Yeah, we are going back and forth, but there's still a lot of potential here in these Banshees. Likewise, Hellions are still active and they can still move out on the map. Once again, Spazymazy moving out with another Ling run by. This is what I spoke about earlier, referring to Spazymazy and how aggressive of a player he is, but non-stop Ling aggression here. Just always ready for a counterattack, ready to punish. He's hiding his Lings on the right-hand side. Well, Banshees do hit the natural. 3 drones going to be going down so far, and we're not done. We got a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th drone as well. Six drone kills in between the bases. Lings, they do dip back in. So do head for the 3rd. So far, 8 worker kills. We're still not done. We still have plenty of HP to work with as more drones are going down. At the same time, Spazymazy Bailey Nest is done. We are sending a large amount of Lings across the map, but we're getting ready for a Bane bust. I mean, we don't have that much to defend. We have Hellions with Marines. The tank is still on the horizon. And we see a Spire in production for our Zerg player. Ling Bane Muta on the way. Muta play is seen more often here on Amphion just because of the base layout, because of the setup of the map. Again, it can be very awkward to actually harass with ground-based units just because of how secure this third base is. What I'm referring to is that to gain access to this third base, you have to mine through these mineral patches or you have to knock down these rocks. Things that Spazymazy has not done. So this third base looking very secure, but less so against mutants once they do pop out. Likewise, Kelazhur fully walling up. No Banelings morphed in. Just Baneling speed on the way. Just Lings ready for a run by. But alas, the wall is looking solid. Run by won't get much done. Kelazhur moving out across the map does confirm that the wall is still up and running. And are we bringing any SCVs? The answer is no workers, no mules either. There we go. the mules have arrived. And hopefully they start mining, as I'm pretty sure that was the goal. There we go. Second mule as well. We mine through the first patch, through the second as well. The choke point here is going to be brutal. And Spazymazy, how do we engage? Mutas have arrived, but we have plenty of Marines. Pushing on forward, going for the Overlord. Mutas are banking up. We have how many? 9 mutas in total. And we're collapsing in. So far, hot pickup, but not enough fire, not enough anti-air. First tank goes down. Second one is standing strong. And yet, there's just not enough Marines. Not enough Marines here, not against as many mutas. We clean up the armor, we clean up the push. And this is quite a big loss here for Kelazhur. A bit of an anti-timing. Combat shields and +1 finish up just after the fight. After the army goes down. It's a very clutch timing from Spazymazy. And now, we're moving out. We're catching reinforcements. Oh, there are Marines back at home. So far, mutas do stand strong. At the same time, we keep pushing across the map. We catch some reinforcements. 2 mutas full. We get into the mineral line, and no Ling Bane in position. We're going for the nest. We're going for the Baneling nest. 0 Banelings morphed in. There are 2 Banelings on the way. We spend so much gas on mutas, and not enough on Banelings. Yeah, that means they trade well. Oh, they focus out as many mutas as they can. The queens. With that, Kelazhur is getting out of hand, getting out of control. Finally, the army's going to be forced back. Will we have a tank? Oh my god. Takes down the Baneling. Yeah, and this choke point is brutal. We just cannot engage the Lings. They cannot touch this. And Kelazhur just rallying everything across the map. Looking to break through, looking to snowball out of control. What can Spazymazy do? And the Lings, they melt, and the mutas are so vulnerable without any support. GG gets called, and Kelazhur takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A very intense game there, but again, you can see some of the features of the map coming into play, especially there outside of the natural base. That's that kind of attack path that you can go through, that you can mine through as well, whether it's with workers, whether it's with mules as well. That is just a brutal position to actually fight against and fight for. It does feel like, as a Zerg player, you do have to mine through those mineral patches ahead of time, just so we can open up that attack path and make it a little bit more engageable. Otherwise, you saw just how brutal it can be, you know, with just that one hex, that one mineral patch worth of space to work through. You just cannot really break through that. You cannot get on top of the tanks, not easily at least. Not with a ground army. And in the end, Spazymazy did find that out the hard way. And Kelazhur did snowball out of control. Spazymazy had his own moments, you know, with his Ling counterattacks and Ling run-bys. Likewise, I was not opposed to his initial hold with his mutas, where he was able to clean up the tanks, clean up the marines, and even counterattack as well. Again, some good moments there for Spazymazy, but he did need to regain control of his side of the map, of his natural base. Again, he just wasn't able to open up that attack path. Likewise, didn't have the foresight to morph in banelings ahead of time either. He was stuck with his pants down without any banelings, or with only 2 towards the end. And now we're getting into Game 2. Here we go. The series does continue, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Zerg player from the land of Denmark, representing Bing Bong Exports. It is Spazymazy. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brazilian Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing RAD Sports. Leading the series 1-0, it is Kelazhur. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to set things up, making sure everything is okay. Beautiful. Whew. Here we go as, oh my god, Spazzy, going for a pull first. Okay, you have my attention. It's going to be a pull first opener here out of our Zerg player. With this, we can be a little bit aggressive. As I say that, it is going to be a Churax Reaper build from Kelazhur. Okay, so there's a bit of a give and take going on here. On the one hand, because of the pull first, that means we have access to faster queens, and faster queens will help us defend against these Reapers, don't get me wrong. Lings won't be too useful here, we can't be too aggressive. So typically with this kind of opener, we would make 4 to 6 Lings, we can move out across the map. Usually the natural base is wide open, we can avoid the first Reaper and delay the CC. But there is no CC. The CC is delayed because of the additional racks. We have a full wall off. These 6 Lings that are being made won't achieve much, or at least they shouldn't achieve much. So just a bit of a rougher start here for Spazymazy. These Lings could have been drones, we're moving out, and again the goal would have been to delay the CC, but we can't. Not with this setup. And the Overlord is about to confirm. The Overlord of Spazymazy is soon to confirm the setup, does get eyes on the low ground Raxes. And what do we try to achieve here with these Lings? As we could try to force back the Reapers and make them come back home. True, like if we can force back the army, then we can expand, we can take a third base. The goal of this opener, by the way, from Kelazhur is to contain, is to deny the third. That's all we're looking for, deny the third base. We macro behind this, build up, and get into a longer game. Reaper has arrived, we're going for a Roach one, okay, that'll do it. Kelazhur does not get behind the mineral line, but a Roach Warren is on the way. So Spazymazy, how does he respond? It's an all-in. We're going for an all-in. It's all or nothing here. Spazymazy cutting workers at 17. We have not made a drone in quite some time. There we go, 1 drone on the way, getting up to 18. And 3 Roaches are in production. The Reapers have yet to confirm. They're dancing with the Queens, but they won't be able to get behind the mineral line. Back at home, factories on the way, all the production's on the low ground, all the production's going to be vulnerable. And if Kelazhur saw this coming ahead of time, we would see bunkers. We'd see bunkers in front of both these Raxes. We'd see Marauder production as well, but we don't know. Lings have right, we shut down the Marines, we're going for the Tech Lab. So important here again, without the Tech Lab, we cannot make Marauders against these initial Roaches. And Tech Lab is going to go down. Likewise, Reapers across the map. We do get into the middle line. We get eyes on the Roach Ward. Now we know. Kelazhur, he's aware of how much danger he's in. Bunker is now on the way. We can't throw it down on the other side. Don't have access to that kind of location. Kelazhur is pinned back, and the Roaches are already here. So this is looking ideal here for Spazymazy. He did lose 2 drones across the map, which is brutal. His worker count is very low. And it's only 3 roaches. It's only 3 roaches. The boys are being pulled. We can repair. And Kelazhur is holding on. Roach is going down. We have 1 Ravager to work with. And things are looking a little bit bleak here for Spazymazy just because of how low his drone count is and just because he so far has been unable to punish this. The Cyclone has arrived! With the help of the Cyclone, we focus on the Ravager. There's 1 Ravager left, 1 Roach left. Kelazhur can just shut this down. Yeah, the Roach is the Overlord, the everything. And behind this, Kelazhur getting into additional Cyclones. Starport's already done. We have a 2-1-1 follow-up. Medevac on the way. Now, the one upside here for Spazymazy as he's being cleaned up is he denied the tech lab, right? Without, oh, wow, did connect. But without the tech lab, no stim. The stim timing that we would have hit is going to be quite late for Kelazhur. So we're getting into a 3rd CC, no add-on on the starport, tech lab on the factory. Things are being pieced together, but it's a shaky follow-up here from Kelazhur. It's not clean. It's not what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted. As the Kelazhur is moving out. Does get eyes on the 3rd base. Lock on the Queens, but we're going to be able to hold our own, at least for a moment. Medevacs are soon to arrive though in Kelazhur. Can he shut down the Queens? There's 1 transfuse. We have a 2nd transfuse available as well, soon to be a 3rd. But we zone away the army. We're going for the base, going for the hatchery. Instead, we just ignore it. We go straight for the main. Likewise, Spazymazy able to keep up. Does force back to drop. Does force the drop back. Yeah, Queens are coming in, and Kelazhur doesn't really have a way out. He has to make room for the Cyclone. Oh, yeah, he has to pick and choose, and the Cyclone is not going to be saved. Yeah, not enough room in it. We did pick up a Marine by accident there. Kelazhur has to retreat back at home, settling into his 3 base play. Double E base with double upgrades, 3rd CC soon to be landed. The game is going to be calming down, and Spazymazy has been able to somewhat recover his worker count. I say somewhat because Link Speed is just now finishing, Lair is still on the way, Bailey Nest as well. Spazymazy still has some recovering to do here, but we're droning as hard as we can. We're actually taking a lot of gases. It looks like we're playing into Muta again. You wouldn't take this many gases unless a Spire was in play. Unless a Spire was on the horizon. So show us what you got. There it is, Spire for Spazymazy. Now, I did like the Spire on Amphion. I think Amphion is a really good map for me to play. When it comes to Oceanborn, I'm a little bit more concerned. The bases, or I should say, the attack pods are a little more wide open, a little more vulnerable here for the defending player like Spazymazy, especially this 3rd base. Kelazhur's moving out. We need Ling Bane. We need as much Ling Bane as possible. Like, we cannot afford to bank up resources for mutas, not right now. As here comes the push. Here comes the push. Kelazhur moving out towards that 3rd. Thankfully, the creep is looking solid on the right-hand side, so we can go for a flank. We can attempt to surround. Gonna try to come in from multiple angles. We're going in from the front lines. The tank shot's gonna be going up. It looks like we should have enough. Yeah, we surround the bio. Good target firing on the Banelings. And just not enough Marines. The army is gonna be cleaned up. Whew. And that means we can make mutas. We can make mutas. We do have over 1,000 gas in the bank. Kelazhur are trying to move out once again, but doesn't really have much to work with. Which means mutas should be able to hit the field. There we go, 9 mutas in production. Kelazhur looking to knock down at least as much creep as possible. Still being active with his army. Moving out with his tank. Upgrades are now kicking in. Kelazhur has 1-1. His Marines are going to be that much more effective. Does deny creep. Oh gee, that's 13 mutas on the way. And we have options. We can either try to deal with this army as Kelazhur's backing off. Now we can go straight for the Mineral Alliance. Ooh, the Spire was spotted. I missed that. But if we look at the vision here, the Spire was spotted earlier. Now we have turrets on the way. Kelazhur, he knows. Kelazhur is aware. Throwing down turrets back at home, and he is committing with his main army. do have some Ling Bane to work with, but is it enough? As that's 13 meters diving in. The turret, do we repair in time? We do. Do repair in time. 2 SCVs go down. The mutas are revealed, and that means we push across the map. We force a cancel. Oh, God. It was a bit off center. 4th base is going to be denied, but no, we ignore the 4th. Yeah, we're going for both. Cancel the 4th once again. Pushing towards the 3rd. Ling Bane diving in. The Banelings, they go down. The Marines, they can stand strong. And once again, there's not enough Ling Bane on the ground. In a head-on fight, mutas, they do nothing. Well, they struggle. Oh, the Banelings. Oh, my God. That's target firing out of Kelazhur, dropping the Marines. And it looks like we might barely have enough. We do. We barely have enough. The Marines are being shut down. There's 4 Marines left. 3 Marines left. They will be picked up. They will evacuate. Whew. Spazymazy barely holds on. Now, what is scary, what is dangerous, is that Spazymazy is stuck with 3 bases. We need a 4th. We need a 4th base. We need an expansion. Just to keep up economically, just to keep up production-wise as well. As Kelazhur, he's not slowing down. Just rallying across the map. Pulling Spazymazy apart. Trading here on the right-hand side. Getting ready for another push towards the left. And you can see here that the supply is now getting slowly more and more in favor of Kelazhur, just because Kelazhur has been trading more efficiently and has been denying the 4th. Like, that's kind of his win condition here. Just keep the Zerg player on 3 bases. Get a handle on their production, on their economy, and just keep trading. Up! Macho going off. Takes down a meter. Kelazhur already on 4 bases. Kelazhur, he's ahead economically. He's ahead of bases. Is where he wants to be. Need a counterattack on the way. There's 2 turrets to defend. And Spazymazy falling behind in those upgrades. Again, because we're spending so much gas on mutas, we can't really spend as much on those upgrades. Stuck with 1-1. Turret holding on. 2 SCVs go down. Kelazhur does have to push, or he is pushing forward. Mutas are racing back home. Now instead of tanks, we have Widow Mines. How good are the mine shots going to be? Not bad on the Lings. Oh, big connections on the Banelings. Oh my God, every Baneling goes down. The mine shots were insane. And now the Bio Army can sim forward. Thankfully, we have some backup Banelings. And the Widow Mines have not reset. Oh, the splits! The splits, Papi. The splits are good, but it looks like we barely do have enough Marines reinforcements. They come just in time. And Kelazhur keeps on pushing, and this time these Widow Mines are going to reset. And they are resetting. Banelings are on the way. We're running out of Lings. Running out of Crown Army here for the Zerg player. Kelazhur, he stims on forward. Banelings rolling in the mine shot. Going off, doing a bit of friendly fire. Looks like we don't have enough Marines, but once again, we're still rallying. Reinforcements are coming in, and Kelazhur, he's barely breaking through. He's barely breaking the back of Spazymazy. Mine shot's going off. GG gets called, and Kelazhur takes the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Kelazhur as he'll take the series. Again, just hyper-aggression, just not allowing Spazymazy to breathe whatsoever, and more importantly, denying the 4th. Denying the 4th base time and time again. It was so important for Spazymazy to be able to spread creep, to be able to expand and actually hold on to that 4th base to try to keep up, but alas, he wasn't able to. Not just that, but also Kelazhur was trading very efficiently. Each fight, Spazymazy was barely holding on and barely surviving, but it was always costing him all of his Ling Bane, and even causing him mutas as well. Like, it was just rough fights, rough engagements there from Spazymazy. Wasn't quite able to get a handle on the situation. And Kelazhur, once he got going, he didn't stop. Did not stop. GG, well played. Kelazhur takes the first series, and now we're getting ready for the rest of round 1. ! B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back yourselves.